Greetings to everybody. I hope your day is going well. Before we get started with our video for today, I want to sincerely thank everyone for their support of our channel and let you know that we will keep trying to make our material better. Without any more comment, let's get to the video for today. The 8 greatest 1990s comic book character costumes. At some time in their lives, most characters undergo a remodel. In the 1990s, this was especially true. Over the years, whenever fresh creators get engaged in any medium, comics, movies, TV series, or video games, new and creative ideas and character designs are frequently the consequence. This led to several iconic representations of well-known characters. 8. Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man. At the start of the decade, Todd McFarlane, the man behind characters like Spawn and Venom, gave Peter Parker's famous outfit his own distinctive touch. The majority of the elements that originally made the suit memorable are still intact, but Todd adds just enough of his own style to make it stand out. Similar to how he would design Spawn's mask, Spider-Eye's mans have significantly bigger, angular lenses. Todd also created a new method for drawing spider webs, mans which subsequent artists would adopt throughout the character's foreseeable future. 7. Punisher Warzone. Similar to Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, Frank Castle's new design doesn't alter things significantly, but it does so in a way that is an improvement. His outfit now resembles a long-sleeve shirt, tight slacks, and white gloves rather than tights and go-go boots. The trench coat is a nice touch that will be carried over into both the John Bernthal and Thomas Jane iterations of the Punisher. His belt and tactical accoutrements have greater detail. In order to reflect the character's grimy persona, the Punisher, Warzone design simply added extra dirt and wear to the character's appearance. 6. Kyle Rayner's black/white uniform Green Lantern. Kyle used Hal's gear when he first became a Green Lantern in 1994's Green Lantern, Volume 3, number 51, before realizing he needed his own outfit. Kyle stands out as a lantern while also showcasing his artistic skills thanks to his unique outfit. It features a startlingly low amount of green for a Green Lantern costume. The majority of the clothing is black, with a white pattern on the front to match the lantern insignia over his heart. Most notably, Kyle's recognizable crab mask, his boots, forearm guards, and mask are a shimmering green with a light armored aspect to them. The clean, precise lines and light armor feel of the uniform are reminiscent of the popular manga-inspired art forms of the period and are reminiscent of what an artist of the day would have created. When Kyle gave up his ion abilities, he hung up this uniform to symbolize his development as a hero. Kyle has reverted to this vintage appearance to complete the circle of his tale after recently losing the White Lantern ring and rejoining the Green Lantern Corps. 5. Jim Lee Storm. Storm, also known as Aurora Monroe, has worn a lot of different outfits over the years. Many fans liked her new outfit in the 1990s, which replaced the jet black with a snow-white one that exudes grandeur and grace, but can also seem quite threatening when she uses her abilities to the fullest. Some of these changes have been successful, while others haven't. The classic 1992 X-Men animated series had this white suit that blends so well with her hair. Later, Storm would switch back to her traditional black outfit, which has remained in use ever since. For Danny Ketch's Ghost Rider. Danny Ketch succeeded Johnny Blaze as the Ghost Rider, and he not only donned a new motorcycle but also a new biker attire. This has caused some fans to argue about whether Johnny or Danny look better as Ghost Rider, demonstrating just how big of an effect this new version made. Danny's Ghost Rider was significantly different from Johnny's in that he had new armored pads on his shoulders, additional spikes all over his outfit, and a new motorcycle. As Danny's Ghost Rider transformed, the futuristic, high-tech armored motorbike and the ensuing hellfire helped make him famous. 3. Spawn. Todd McFarlane's creation of Spawn is a prime example of a new character from the 1990s that was permanently shaped by the time. The majority of the characters created by McFarlane and the newly established Image Comics throughout the 1990s could legitimately occupy this list. Spawn's costume, which includes flowing chains, spiked limb bands, and enormous mismatched gauntlets, is raw and edgy like most characters from the 1990s, which is why it works so well. Don't get us wrong, Spawn looked fantastic, but it aches that he is so dated. 2. Spider-Man 2099. This counts as a new design for Spider-Man even though it's actually for a character that was brand new at the time. This is Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man from the year 2099, which made its debut in 1992 and soon rose to fame as one of the most well-known Spider-Man iterations ever made. The costume itself was a welcome change, heavily emphasizing a deep shade of blue with vivid red highlights and an ominous spider-like skull symbol on his breast. He is also one of the more menacing Spider-Man variations due to the absence of lenses and the replacement of them with spider-like rims around the eyes. One game, many television programs, and even a cameo in Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse have featured this design. 1. Blue Team Rogue. In this case, I want to explain myself well. Even while it pains me to confess the most apparent option, I have to say that the iconic 90s rogue style for which she is most known is also perhaps my favorite of the group. Although the 1980s were essential to the development of her character, she didn't truly find her own voice until the team split into blue and gold, which is when this costume existed, and it's safe to say that it defined her for like an entire generation at that point. There is a case to be made that Rogue wasn't really in the spotlight during this time because she was so preoccupied with Gambit for the majority of it, and her pursuit of that relationship overshadowed any genuine time spent getting to know her. I recognize the value in that argument, but I don't entirely concur. Although I do believe that Rogue longed after Remy throughout most of the 1990s, I also believe that via her friendship with Gambit, we truly had a chance to get to know Rogue on the inside. We got to see a lot of different aspects of Rogue since it was the only time she had ever been so openly vulnerable romantically. Because of the unpredictable nature of her powers up until this point, which is entirely fair and valid, she had only really ever been guarded and kept people at a distance. However, at this point she was also happy and joyful, and even though she was still unable to fully experience everything she desired to, she was currently learning about a side of herself that she had never been able to explore before. Apart from her infatuation with Gambit, I also believe this outfit really captures who Rogue is. I really adore their connection, and I think it's particularly intriguing due of how volatile it is. It's actually rather straightforward, just a bodysuit with a belt and a jacket on top, but Rogue is a straightforward woman, so anything too elaborate wouldn't seem right. In this case, in my opinion, the clothing is truly sold by the color scheme. She has worn other bodysuits, but this one stands out due to the earthy green and yellow colors. Her thick, abundant, curly hair, as well as the undersized bomber jacket that was popular with some teams in the 1990s, are, in my opinion, the finishing touches that tie everything together. It's an iconic outfit with an air of perpetual fashion about it. It's almost as if it's plain enough to pass for a contemporary suit rather than sticking out like an outfit that was obviously a product of its era, which is what some other legendary superhero costumes finally wind up looking like. Even though it had the general vote even before I weighed in, I believe it to be the finest 90s costume ever donned. We appreciate you visiting our comic books and pop culture channel. For more exclusive news, scoops, and unique information, subscribe to Uncanny Collectibles.